Hello friends, welcome to Pleiadian Knowledge. I am Cristina. I wanted to explain a little that this video is a short conversation we had with Anéeka of Temmer about the ship that came from Lemuria about 2000 years ago and arrived to our time about 2 years ago. But we are also going to talk a bit about the alien from Alien, the lurker, and this will be the first part. There will be a second video where we will explain a little better the characteristics of this animal, and it will be very interesting because Anéeka also explains the differences between carbon-based animals and silicon-based animals. So this video will continue with the second part. I hope you don't miss it because I think it is very interesting to know the different biologies found in the universe. So, with all this, we start with the video. What happened to the ship that left Lemuria and arrived a year ago on Earth on this timeline? That ship is still in high Earth orbit and is in charge of the Federation. It is huge, about 2 kilometers. It has the shape of 2 fat tubes, glued side by side. It is more than 12,000 years old since it left Earth. It is abandoned. It is of human Lemurian manufacture, so it is said, although that of Lemurian human does not fit me. It is said that it was an old exploration ship. Its technology is very low or outdated. There is no one inside, but there are signs of blood in the corridors, and a lot of small gun damage inside, and it's all destroyed. It seems that something ugly and strong happened inside. Outside, you can see that someone used it a long time ago for target shooting, as from another ship. It is very damaged. The engines of the ship are useless and it only returned on impulse. If the Federation had not stopped it, it would have collided with Earth, since it had a trajectory of arrival to the surface. In fact, it was Asket's team that stopped it and put it into safe orbit. It is not known to this date what happened inside, and its investigation has only been postponed since no one is interested in putting himself at risk by entering there. And how does it stay in orbit? Just on impulse, but sooner or later someone else will have to correct it from orbit because it deteriorates over time. And why do they keep it in orbit with no one inside, instead of parking it? You can't only park it, or in other words, putting it into orbit is parking it. It takes a certain speed, depending on the object and its characteristics and the distance from the Earth for the ship to remain balanced. How interesting, thanks Anéeka. And why does it not suit you that it is manufactured human Lemurian? Because back then Lemuria was full of other races. It is true that there were humans, and as we have said, other terrestrial civilizations were also advanced. I just don't feel it logical that it was manufactured by humans as it is, because it is at the time of the formation of the very definition of humans. Only for that. I understand, thank you. And do you know where it came from and where it was going to land, in theory? Yes, where could they be going? It is only known that it was returning when it was detected near Mars. It is not known without further investigation where it came from, only that it would have arrived to the calculated place in the Pacific Ocean, right where Lemuria was. This is calculated by the speed of the ship and its trajectory. That is also why it does not make much sense that an asteroid hits the Earth. It is first stopped by the countless races and ships in orbit present all the time. And the ship, how many crew members did it have? It is not known. And why is it putting yourself at risk going in there? It is believed that there could be something undetected inside. An identified animal is not ruled out, like an alien lurker, for example, or something similar. Entering there is extremely dangerous, simply because the known accesses are destroyed and there is debris of pieces of metal in the corridors, holes, cables dangling, and everything is dark. Lots of blood was reported by the Taygetes team who tried to enter. This is more than 2 years ago. It is not so recent. So it is something very macabre and annoying to enter there. I understand. Oh, how scary. Do you think an animal could be alive for so long in there? That ship is really scary. If it is an animal adapted to space, it is possible. As illustrated in the not-so-science fiction Alien Saga, an animal adopted to the cold is sometimes just waiting for a host to appear. Wow, amazing! What a survival mode then! How scary, Anéeka, and what a resistant bug! There are a lot of alien animals in space, things that no one understands yet. The Federation and Taygeta also have records of countless unknown hostile animals. The 5D is not as they painted, all love and peace. That is higher than here. As we always say, there are stages to go before reaching those high densities. Meanwhile, the law of the jungle in general still persists, but it depends on each planet. I understand, thank you, Anéeka. All the diversity is very interesting. Thank you very much for sharing. Yes, welcome.